the InPURGEcy.
Download.
Oh, you got enlisted? Dude, I'll do some enlisted here soon, yeah. Oh, you actually...
What's your rank? Give me your rank right now.
Okay, wait. Frodo, just understand that, Kite, he's one of those people, it doesn't matter what you do or who you are. You could literally be a 50-year-old Medal of Honor Vietnam, you know,
Go
like,
fuck yourself!
who's working with it. Like, we've asked you to come onto a live stream with us as a Vietnam, you know, vet. And
Vietnam.
Shut up! I know I fucking glawed it. And a Medal of Honor winner. You could be a fucking Medal of Honor winner who's like, hey, I just want you to come on our stream and see what happens, see if this is real. And he would still talk shit to you. So just tell him whatever you want.
Yeah,
whatever you say, he's still going to talk shit about it. It doesn't matter what you do or what you say. He's still going to say, oh, I was in Afghanistan. I did it better. I done this. I done that. I'm so much better than you are, you fucking loser. That's just him. Yeah. Now, in all fairness, though, I've only done opium once, and I'm like, yes, you smoke, but I would definitely understand when you see the pictures of the guys who have their shotguns, where they put a little bit of opium at the barrel of the shotgun, they light it on fire, and then you stick the barrel of the shotgun on it, and you smoke it through the barrel, you know? I could totally understand it because it's you ever smoked weed, right? Like, just think of it like the best weed that you've ever smoked on you're not hallucinating. Well, you're not hallucinating. It's like opiates are bad though, you know, like my mom's a pill addict. No, stop. My mom's a pill addict and stuff, you know what I mean? And so if you're using them more than what you should, then it's bad, you know. It's gonna fuck your liver up. It's gonna fuck your kidneys. Like, it's not gonna make you a bad person unless you're one of those people who's like, I'm gonna go rob somebody because I don't have any pills anymore, you know. But either way, I mean, it does happen, you know. But my thing is that there are people who just like fucking, you know, I have to have so much more. And so now you're taking like 5 times the dose of what, you know, you're supposed to have for your fucking... Yeah, or, you know, yeah, when you're liquefying them down and shooting them up. Yeah. No, you're good. Here's a good way to throw you, like, so this is what I grew up with, is, so my mom just got her master's degree, right, in fucking drug psychology and stuff, you know, she's a drug and alcohol counselor. I've been a drug addict almost all my life. I've been sober now, what, almost 10 years, because I'm at 8 years now, I think. 8 or 9 years. So, yeah. Well, give me a second. So, but my mom, right, was... before she got her master's, back in the day, to be a drug and alcohol counselor, you didn't have to have your master's back in the fucking, you know, 80s, right? You just, yeah, you didn't have to have that. You just had to have like barely a bachelor's, or just say that you went to a bachelor's, and they'd still, you know, accept you because you're good enough, you know, because there wasn't enough people there.
Cause it looks
so
like
she would teach DUI schools. Right? Like, you would do DUI, and they'd put on the TV, you know, the movie, like, hey, you know, people die because you know, if you're drunk driving and stuff, which is very bad. I'm not making a joke out of any of that. I'm making a joke out of my mom. Not any of that. But she'd be the person, she would turn it on, and then she would go into her bathroom, and then she would do a couple of lines of coke, right? And then come back out and teach her DUI school. Yeah. You know what I mean? She would teach her DUI school as a person who is supposed to be the sober person teaching everyone what to do. And she would go and, yeah, right?
And his best friend sells all the drugs to you.
Yeah, no. That's later, dickhead. Nobody's supposed to know any of that. Nobody's supposed to know any of that, sock. Fuck.
It doesn't matter, does it? You've told everybody anyway when you're pissed up every night.
No, wait, no, but you gotta remember, Live stream, dickhead.
You'd have to switch it off then, won't you?
Yeah, we're live on.
Should have said I didn't know.
Nobody knows what your name
I'm not
is
doing
anyways,
it
you're
now.
fine. Yeah, nobody knows what your name is anyways, so it's fine.
Coca-Cola.
We're not
Yeah.
famous enough to be cancelled anyway.
No, so what's funny is, did you know that the most famous, like, thing, like, Twitter thing to ever be upvoted, or any Facebook chat to ever have the most likes, was actually when Elon Musk said that he wanted to add cocaine back to Coca-Cola. And it was something like 1.5 billion people.
Wow.
Like, yeah, all said that, like, you should do that, you know. And they, like, he said the only reason that he couldn't do it is because in America, obviously, if you start fucking adding cocaine to it, it's not gonna, you know, but in certain countries, technically, you could literally get away with it. There are certain countries where you could literally make it into a drink. You could have cocaine soda. I think it was like, it's Niger, and then Liberia, the Congo, or whatever, the Republic of the Congo or something, and then Argentina.
Chad.
There's like 2 or 3 places in South America you could do it as well, where you can make your
All of
own
Africa's going through
alcohol.
I'm hit.
Oh, did you guys hear? So, the UK is about to be sent from America. We're sending you guys, I think it's 15 nuclear class bombers.
Really?
So, they're sitting inside of they're stealth bombers that we're sending to you, that are supposed to sit in a, like, hangar until, you know, something happened, like the end of the world or something, you know what I mean? But we have officially sent you, we've sent the UK 15 nuclear carrying class bombers. So they have the ability to carry nuclear armed warheads.
Holy shit!
I mean, we don't really need them.
Although it's got to be one of those things, you know, like, hey, if Russia's gonna fucking shoot all this stuff at us, then at least we know that America, England, and France, and Canada are all shooting the same shit back at it, you know what I mean? At least we're all trying.
It's a lot easier.
Oh yeah, have you not heard that they've been trying to set off and range their own nuclear weapons? Yeah. Well, it's you gotta remember, it's them, and it's also it's Russia talking to North Korea plus China, and
it's funny how no one's scared of nuclear war, like, isn't it?
Well, to be honest, if nuclear war came, we could use a reset. We really could.
Yeah.
China don't have the money.
They don't have the money, but they do have the fucking... They have...
The manpower.
They have the manpower to do what Russia did, where they were like, hey, we're gonna win this by just shoving everything at them all at once, you know, and then we're gonna win. And then that's what Russia thought, and guerrilla tactics win. I mean, that's why America is independent, is because of guerrilla tactics and the French. Literally, the only reason.
And because we were also fighting 3 other wars across the world.
Well, yes, but we couldn't fight you on a battlefield. Even if you brought all of your armies there, we still would have won, because every time your armies were moving from town to town, we'd have guys stand in the forest, stand up and shoot one guy off horse. Just kill one captain. And then they'd run off into the fucking, you know, forest.
I hear a drone.
You guys
I'm getting inside.
would stop, turn, everyone turn, line, right, fire. Takes like 5 minutes. You know.
Why did I die?
But the Chinese have the ability to... They're disposable. Like, we thought Russia was disposable.
Russia at
China
least
has
only
something, what is
kinda
it, like
cares about their
almost
population.
2 billion people in China?
Their
The
tanks are made of
robots.
plastic.
Oh yeah, that too. But if you see, okay. Oh god, give me a second. I just fucking found. But
Well,
there's
China does have like
America has
companies
just
all over the
started
world
a
that
new
just control a lot of
operation
things.
called something like
China's the richest country in the
Operation
world.
fucking
It's not.
deploy or
America is.
Operation Clone or something. And what they're doing is they're trying to match and then double the amount of drones that China has. Because that's what they're afraid of, is that if China has more drones, if they attack Taiwan, we still have drones that'll fly from America to China and blow them up, right? Or to Taiwan or whatever. Wherever they're going to attack, we can still hit them. But if they have twice as many, they can turn the whole fucking, wherever they're going, like Taiwan, that whole fucking island, they will turn it into a volcanic piece of ash, you know, because they have so many drones. So it doesn't matter how many drones we have unless we can throw back twice as many, or just say, hey, we have twice as many drones as you have, don't attack them. That's all you can hope for. You know what I mean? Yeah. They own, China owns 14% of the land in California. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yep. Well, have you ever heard how
Hopefully.
America has, you know, like $3 trillion in debt to the world debt? You know, like we're in debt to the World Debt Association. All of that, we're literally basically just in debt to the Chinese and England. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's proxy wars. I mean, it's the same as America does. That's why South Korea likes us so much. I mean, we. Yeah. Well, that's the difference, is that whenever America shows up and is like, hey, we want to help you fight your war, we're going to show up, we're going to give you arms and stuff, you know, we're going to give you weapons, we're going to give you ammo, we're going to give you stuff to help fight the war, and then train some people, and then we're going to abandon you, right? That's just how it works, right? But that's the thing, like, that's one of the things that really irritates me about a lot of people, because my older brother, like, actually fought over in Afghanistan as an American soldier, and everyone used to ask him, was like, hey, you know, they're a bunch of fucking stupid, you know, Arabics with just, you know, shotguns and fucking, you know, towels on their head, you know, they're obvious.
Yeah,
And
but
he turns around and he's like,
they try and blend
every
in with the
time,
civilians.
no, he says every time that you call one of them stupid, he says you're insulting an American or Canadian or European, any soldier that fought over there. You're insulting their intelligence, because they killed us. So if they're smart enough to kill us, they're not stupid goddamn farmers who are just sitting around, you know. And wait, and then he said that the saddest part about it is that you can sit there and watch them and they know what they're doing. And when they pulled out, he was like, I don't know what to do. And then people will be like, hey, well, you know, you're fighting people who, you just need to educate them. You got to teach them, like, what math is, you know. You got to teach them what to do, you know. Now, think about this. No, it is a culture layer, but think about this. The Arabs were the first people to figure out what algebra was. They were learning algebra and had universities built to building algebra by the time that anybody in England was still painting fucking blue paint on their faces and trying to fucking throw poop at the Romans. You know what I mean? Like, you were still like basically
That's why they're
fucking
the head.
animals.
That's why he's like.
When they
I
had
want to say
colleges and
people like them are like
universities.
are the CEOs of like really big companies.
Yeah. And
When the Taliban are the good guys, you know it's bad.
yeah, that's now here's a good one though is that so if anyone Jamshed, does anyone know who Jamshed is? I know
Is that the
I've
guy with
told
the
Stock about this.
RPG?
Yeah, the RPG
He just like
god.
stood up and just
Jamshed, the
walked towards
RPG
it.
god.
He's like, don't
Okay.
stand up, don't go
Yeah.
out there.
Okay, so so there's a guy, you can look him up on YouTube. His name is Jamshed. So Jamsheed. Yeah, no, I told you about him. You and me watched the video about it. Yeah, I trust you. Once I explain it, you'll understand. But basically, Jamshed was he was an Iraqi like police officer. Basically, he's part of the like defense force. Yeah, security force. He wasn't a military officer. Or he wasn't in the military. He was just a part of like the defense force. He was a cop that had a gun. Well, he goes out on patrol. He does a couple of things. He's gone for like a day and a half, and ISIS basically shows up and shoots an RPG through the window of his house and kills his mom, his dad, his wife, and all 4 of his children in one RPG round. Kills everybody, his entire family, everybody that could continue. Well, now, yeah, no. ISIS gets even worse with like how they torture people and stuff. At least none. He didn't get tortured. His family didn't get tortured. You know what I mean? Like that. This is kind of, at least that's the worst that happened is they all died instantly. You know what I mean? At least that's what happened, and they didn't get caught and like tortured but either way, boom, this happens, right? He comes back from his police job, or he goes and hunts down ISIS, right? He comes back from his police job from hunting down ISIS and finds out that his entire house is now ash, and all of his family is inside of the ash, and while he was gone, ISIS attacked and blew up his house, right? Well, he finds out that it was an RPG round that came through the window and blew up his house, killed everyone in his house. So he vowed that day, he sat down and he said, Yola Allah. And he brings up that he will only use an RPG from then on, forever. And he will use an RPG to kill every single ISIS member that he can find. And he will sit there.
He's literally an anime protagonist.
Yeah, he basically, whoever my observer is, come up here. I gotta drop. But yeah, he's basically an anime protagonist, because if you think of it, like, he's sitting there and he's like, okay, alright, run! I called it in. Just back up, because I ordered it, so as long as you're alive, then it should come in.
Are we reloading?
No, it didn't call it in. Fuck. No. So, Kaido, you're gonna have to move into the front. You're gonna have to move back in and cover the front.
I'm on the front, on top of the shed.
No, I know, you can, G. It's Kite's way in the back. I'm telling him that he's gonna have to move up.
Yeah, he's really gonna have to move up.
Reloading! Fuck, what was I saying then?
Alright, I'm on to my last 4 mags.
Yeah, Jamshed. So, he realizes that his whole family's been killed, and he vows to himself, he picks up an RPG that has been used by one of the terrorists, and he vows that he's going to kill every terrorist that he finds with this RPG, right? And so when he goes into battle, he literally carries an RPG, which it's GTA, I thought you told me the other day, it's like 15 to 16 pounds?
Yeah, so it's very heavy.
Yeah. Well, it's not very heavy, because 16 pounds isn't bad. The rounds is the problem. Each one of the rounds, the RPG rounds that you carry, each one of them is 10 pound, at least. If you want to have some really good ones, like Tank Buster, well, if you want to have like a Tank Buster when you fire into a tank and it like, boom, and it like white phosphorus is that bitch, that thing could be 25 to 30 pounds by itself.
Reloading!
So he walks into battle just carrying the
We're gonna need a
rocket
lot more
tips
people front, like a
and
lot
an
more.
RPG. That's it. Yeah, and so, you know, you can look him up on YouTube. The Marines the Marines made a little documentary about him because he ended up dying shortly after the documentary was made. Yeah, he worked with us. Yeah, he was a part.
I'm out. I'm out of
He was a
ammunition.
cop, right? He picks up
What
the
in the
RPG,
fucking
says, "I want to kill all the fucking ISIS people," right? So he walks up to the Marines and says, "I'm joining," and so they just
Last
instantly indict him into the Iraqi security force, right? And so, I don't know. It's either the Iraqi security
It's
force
Afghanistan.
or the Afghanis. Yeah, I think it's Afghanistan because Afghanistan has more mountains. Iraqi is more of a desert, so I think it's Afghanistan. So he's in the Afghani Defense Force, right? The Marines have basically just said, "Hey, man, like we understand what just happened to you. This really sucks. So we're gonna allow you in here. You know, give you your own, you know." And when they handed him, they gave him like bulletproof vests, you know, armor. So he put the bulletproof vests on. He's got his helmet. He looks like an Iraqi defense guy, but instead of carrying like an AK or an M16 like most guys would usually, he's just carrying an RPG round or the RPG thing. And then he's got a backpack on that just has water, food, and he carried like something like 23 rockets on him at all times. And so you're like, oh man, this is crazy. You know, he's a fucking idiot because if he gets shot with the, you know, if a sniper hits him in the back, he's going to blow up and kill his whole team. No, this dude is so fucking, he doesn't give a shit. He, like, you know how Vikings believed, like, I'm going to die and I'm just going to be accepted into Valhalla, you know, and then like the Muslims did the same thing, like, you know, 72 virgins. He doesn't want the 72 virgins. He just wants to see his family again. And he understands that if you see a guy walk up and understand that, the Marines actually took a video of him watching him do that, right? Like what? And so he goes up, and there's a bunch of dudes sitting in like little foxholes they've dug really quick because there's a convoy going down. Marines jumped out, dug trenches, you know, try and hide from everyone. Well, it's the reason they call him the RPG god is because that everyone jumps in the fucking trenches and stuff. They're sitting there, and they realize that like a quarter mile away there's this mountainside that has a sniper, and then right next to the sniper there's an RPK or something. There's a machine gun of some sort, you know, and they're just hitting the trucks. So they're sitting there and just fucking, you know, they're all laying in their fucking foxholes trying to like, you know, just figure out like, hey, we're gonna put, you know, fucking an A10 over there or something. No, Jamshid stands up, walks out in the middle while he's being shot at. You can see when they're videotaping it, you can see the bullets landing around him on near his feet as he's walking towards the mountain. He just walks out towards the mountain, sticks the RPG on his shoulder, sits down. You see him aim for like, you know, 20 seconds, and then just whoop, and he fires, stands up, and turns around, and just walks back to the foxholes. Like he knows, you know what I mean? Like he already knows. So it goes, and you watch it, and it lands directly in the motherfucking machine gun nest. Perfectly. From a quarter mile away with an RPG. Okay, and I don't know if you know how an RPG works. They spin in circles, you know?
Half a kilometer is like 500 meters.
No, half a mile.
A mile's like what?
Yeah, half a mile I thought was a kilometer and a half, I think.
It's about
a kilometer and
600
3/4.
meters.
I'm dead on the stairs. Yeah, so from
600,
there,
700.
shot a rocket all the way And perfect. And if you've ever seen a RPG shoot, it doesn't go straight like in the games or in the movies. It spins. It goes in a swirl. So you're lucky to hit a fucking car. Yeah, give me a second. Sock just invited me to enlisted. So
I'm gonna hop off and go sleep.
yeah, I think G's getting off, but we'll play enlisted as soon as this is. Oh no, we're dead. What is this? How many? Oh no, this is. Yeah, I'm getting off.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah, I'll play enlisted. All right. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm stopping broadcast.